Hello, dear guests. My name is Louis. I have worked for almost 7 years now in the hospitality industry here in the island of São Miguel, Azores, and I would like to share with you my top 5 crucial tips, which I call the basics of visiting the island. This video is going to be very important, especially if you have rented a car and will explore the island by yourself, which is a great fun way to do it, in my opinion. So let's begin. Tip number 1, AZORES.com. So this is a nifty little website that contains live feed cameras scattered all around the island. It's an extremely important tool that will help you track the weather progression throughout the day, especially when you want to visit a specific area but the weather wasn't just right. In the space of half an hour, the weather there could shift, giving you the desired opportunity. This is more the case in specific high places, for example, that are susceptible to being foggy, like Sete Cidades Top Ridge or Lagoa do Fogo viewpoint, and with this tool, it's a lot easier. It's pretty much the tool that we use every day in our work. So let's move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2. You don't need a sunny day to go to Furnas. The village of Furnas, located in the eastern side of the island, is the main hotspot for thermal baths. It's also where they cook a stew in the ground using geothermal vapor. The waters there are always hot, so basically it's one of those places that is good to go no matter what type of day you got dealt. On the other hand, for you to visit some of the other landmark places on the island, you really require a better day to visit them. Let me give you an example. I have seen this happen countless times. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping. You had in your plans to visit Furnas today, which is just 45 minutes away from Ponta Delgada, for anyone who's wondering. So you decide to head there, the waters were hot, you had a blast. The next day, however, you try to go to Sete Cidades and it's foggy on top, a bit cloudy day overall. So you only get to see things once you are down in the village and not much else. So that's why I say you don't need to have a sunny day to go to Furnas, but you do need to save up those days to go to the main viewpoints. So what's my recommendation? Go to Furnas on your worst day, because you'll always have a chance to have a great time there. It might still rain though, sometimes if it's a bad day overall, but switch to your swimsuit, get in that 30 degrees Celsius, 100 Fahrenheit water, and you'll be having fun in no time. On to tip number 3. So, tip number 3. Bring swimwear with you every day. I can start by saying that here you have a ton of places where you can get in the water. You have black sand beaches, natural pools, public pools, thermal baths, and even a bay where the ocean water is naturally heated during low tide. This specific place is called Ferraria, or Ferraria in Portuguese. So basically, even if you weren't planning on going swimming, I would recommend you always bring swimwear with you everywhere you go on the island. Speaking about swimwear, remember the thermal baths I mentioned in the previous tip? Well, that exact water contains iron properties. It's amazing for your skin, but it may stain light-colored swimsuits. And it's also said that blonde hair gets a little discolored, so you just have to be mindful of that. Nonetheless, bring dark swimwear, cover your hair if it's light-colored, and you're good to go. Also, be sure to bring with you some nice colored towels. Check at the place you are staying if they have any towels they can provide you. If not, you can easily buy them. On to tip number 4. Tip number 4. Trails.visitazores.com. Another amazing website. This time you can see lots of walking trails that you can do in the island. It can be selected from the island map, and there you will find all the information about them, like coordinates, emergency contacts, and trail characteristics, including the option to download the trails to your phone. The only hard thing is to choose which one to do from all those amazing options. I'd say it will come down to the area you want to visit or the trail characteristics that you prefer. There are lots of great trails you can do here, so if you like walking trails, you will surely find the right ones for you. On to tip number 5. Tip number 5, road rules. I know a lot of people are going to say, I already knew this, or we also have the same rules here, but I have witnessed a lot of people making mistakes that would get them charged with a fat ticket from our police. So it goes like this. In here, the police doesn't care if you go 10 more kilometers per hour than the speed limit, but they will stop you and fine you if they see you crossing solid lines. Basically, if you see a solid line on the middle of the road, you should not cross it. If it has 2 solid lines, it's even worse and more dangerous. And I've seen people cross those all the time, hence this tip. Now, if there is a dashed line on the road or a set of little dashed lines, usually near an entrance, it means that those you can cross or overtake. Be also mindful where you park your car. You should leave it in a designated parking space, so no parking on the sidewalk. Locals also get tickets all the time for that. In the city of Ponta Delgada and around most of the urban areas, we will have a parking meter system. Although Saturdays after 1 p.m. and on Sundays, parking in Ponta Delgada Avenue is free. Those were the basics, the bare bone tools for visiting the island. I hope I have helped you. If you want to see a map overview of the island and its areas, you can click on the banner here. And without further ado, I bid you an excellent day and have fun on your great Azorean adventure. Bye-bye.